So culture actually traditionally in sociology classes, intro to sociology classes, comes up really, really early in the semester. And I kind of make a decision to save it for a little bit later when we're kind of in the middle, almost kind of getting towards the back middle half of a class. And the reason I do that is I want to talk about other aspects of society and then come back to culture, especially because so often when I focus on culture with students, it's thinking about if we were able to make our own culture, what would be important to us? What would be a priority? And so we're finally getting to it this week. So, what culture is the different things that make up our lives. It can be aspects of language, it can be food, it can be clothing, it can be behaviors. It doesn't necessarily always need to be these tangible things that you can hold in your hand. So, there's also non material aspects of culture, and they get passed down from generation to generation and impact so much of our experiences. Now, here's the thing with culture, they're different, right? We don't necessarily know about, you know, a lot of things about cultures that maybe aren't ones that we grew up with or that we live around or that we have experience with or that our loved ones have been raised with. And so, especially as we, look around the world and there's such vast differences of lived experiences, we can get judgmental. And so, when you're being judgmental about a culture, that's called being ethnocentric. So, ethnocentrism is that you are judging other cultures. If you would ever have a moment where you'd be like, oh, that's weird, right? That's, oh, I would never eat that. That's gross. Oh, I would never do that. That's being ethnocentric in relation to other cultures. So you want to think about the fact that, you want to be open-minded and be curious. And so that's called cultural relativism. When, okay, maybe this was not a norm that you're used to, but you're curious and you want to find out. So being culturally relative would be the goal, and we're all going to try not to be ethnocentric. So one other little kind of quirky thing when you think about it is yes, we have cultural norms, we have various cultures, they're shaped by different aspects of our lives. But also, technically, if you think about it, there's like subcultures. And so this is intended to be humorous, but the idea of like, what are your interests? What are the things, is it makeup? And you know a ton about makeup and you can talk about different, I don't know, contouring brushes. Clearly, I don't know about makeup. So like, I'm trying to like think of something that might not be something that everybody would know, but if you know makeup, you know it. Is it cars? And you can talk about different engines. Is it some aspect of a sport? And you can, spout off a million different facts and figures and every single record, things like that. We have these subcultures. And so I'm gonna share one of mine. I am crafty. I love like paper crafting and I have way too many supplies for paper crafting. It's like making cards and scrapbooking and like wrapping gifts and party decorations. And if it's like anything out of like paper crafting and stuff, paper glue, scissors, punches. I mean, I could go on and on. I love them. They have brought me happiness pretty much my entire adult life. And I'm confident right now as I'm sharing this with you, and these are pictures of things that I've made over the years. You're not judging me. You're thinking, oh, wow, Professor Griffin, that's super cool. Because if you were judging me and being like, oh my gosh, you're a nerd, that would be being ethnocentric, and you would never do that. So hopefully this gives you a chance to think about what are your interests, what are your hobbies, what are the things that you like get super excited about and know about all of the little intricacies and that bring you a lot of joy.